Are you looking for a 25-minute full body flow that's going to help you get from that downward facing dog into your lunge position? If your foot keeps getting stuck, then this is going to be the class for you. And if you just missed the last video about coming into this posture, then be sure to check that out. Stay tuned because a full body flow on making that transition in between down dog into lunge without getting your foot stuck is coming up right now. Hello, magnificent human beings. My name is Landon Slaughter, helping you fix the kinks, deepen your knowledge, and transform your practice. So let's get started today by standing up and doing some full body breath. You might need that strap because we talked about it in the class just before. So standing here at the top of your mat, go ahead, roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, bring your hands at heart center. Good. Simply inhale through your nose. And exhale out your nose. Grounding, releasing, relaxing, and beginning to set that intention for your practice. If you've had issues bringing that foot all the way forward from down dog into your lunge, then something that revolves around that, strength, ability, power, whatever you wish. Good. Sealing your intention. 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale out the mouth. Great. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Once more. Inhale through the nose. Inhale, inhale. Big belly. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale out the mouth. Awesome job. Okay, go ahead. Inhale, hands up overhead. Very gentle back bend. Let it go. Hands come up and swan dive, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale into half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, relax. And chin is the last to rise, slow, steadily coming all the way up to standing, hands up overhead. Let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive, come all the way down, forward fold. Good. Once more, inhale, half lift, lengthening through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Chin is the last to rise, slow, steadily coming all the way up. Hands up overhead, back bend, let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Go ahead and place your hands on the mat, coming into your downward facing dog. Pedal it out, move around, getting loose, maybe taking a wide leg down dog, shaking things out, moving it around. Okay, so in that class before, we talked about that distance of your hands, so bringing them a little closer together so you have that leverage to really be able to shift through from down dog into lunge. Now, we're just going to practice quite a few times, so you engage, bring that leg up, come nice and high, stay in your down dog, and then shift forward, placing that foot wherever you can. And if you need to, shuffle it forward, bring it forward a little more, that's fine. We're going to get there. Go ahead and bring your hands on up overhead, crescent lunge. Breathe. Keeping with your focus. Good. Hands come down to frame that foot. This back foot, step it up into forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Relax. Chin is the last to rise as you slowly come on up. Hands up overhead. Let it go. Inhaling, hands up. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Come all the way down. Hands on the mat. Stepping back into plank pose. Holding strong in your plank. You can do your chaturanga thing if you want. Any sort of variation of your vinyasa is fine. Maybe lying down to your knees. Modified plank. You can lower just part way out. Pushing up into that up dog. And then downward facing dog. Come on back. Very good. Okay, pedal it out. Moving things around. And then go ahead and take this right foot. You can do 3-legged or engage. Just not really beating yourself up too much or thinking about it, right? Because we just want to practice. So engage, bring this leg up, then shift that weight forward, planting it down for that lunge, hands up overhead. Good, crescent lunge, breathe. Keeping with that steady focus, breathing, hands, come on down, back foot, bring it into forward fold, top of your mat. Great. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Chin is the last to rise, slow, come on up, hands up overhead, gentle sigh, let it go. Inhale, hands up, and exhale, swan dive, come all the way down. Hands on the mat, coming into plank pose. You can do your chaturanga thing, whichever method you want. Modifying onto your knees, straight line through that body, lowering part way, push back up, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Come on back. Great. Pedaling things out, moving around. Okay, we're going to do this again. So come high on those toes. Really engage. Bring this knee in and shift forward. Good. And then ground down that back heel. Go ahead and come on up into warrior two. Holding in your warrior, doing your checks. Heels more or less in one line. Left knee stacked on top of that ankle. Strong warrior. Breathe. You've got it. Straighten your front knee. You reach forward and gently hinging, coming into your triangle pose, Trikonasana. And don't hyperextend this knee. You want to keep it strong here. Gently coming back into warrior two. Awesome. Keeping this knee stacked exactly where it is. Knees won't move. Reversing your warrior. And from here, back into a brief warrior two. Hands come all the way down to the mat. Bring that leg back down, dog. Excellent. Weight shifts forward. And if you don't want to do your chaturanga, you can just pause for a child's pose. Or if you're going for it, that's fine. Coming into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Coming on back. All right. Next side. So right knee, right? Bring it in nice and high. Come high on those toes. Engage, engage, engage. And then shift that weight forward. Place that foot down. Grounding down your back heel. Coming up into warrior two. Good. Strong warrior two. Doing those checks like we did before. Hold. Breathe. Okay, straighten your front knee. Reach forward, reach, reach, reach. Tilting, hinging, coming into triangle, your Trikonasana. And gently coming on back, bending your front knee, holding here, right knee stacked on top of that ankle, and then reversing your warrior. Keep with your breath, creating that length in this right side body now. Breathe. And coming back, regular warrior two. Okay, then hands come all the way down to the mat. Back into your down dog for just a second. And then as you please, shifting forward, coming into that plank. Again, you can break, relax in child's pose, do your chaturanga, whatever feels best for you. Eventually finding yourself from your up dog back into down dog. Good. Okay. Now, left leg. Bring that knee up, suck it in, engage, come high on those toes, and then bring that foot through. Awesome job. Hands come up overhead for that lunge once more. Arms up overhead. Good. Bring your right elbow into your sternum, into your midline. Left on top of right. And eagle wrap those arms around. So holding in your eagle lunge. Stay here. Keep with your breath. Good. And then this back foot, we want to bring it up nice and high in front of us. Good. Perching here in the base of your eagle. You cross that knee over and coming on down. Now just kickstand this foot here. That's fine. You can wrap it around behind your thigh, whatever you like. Keep with your breath. Steady focus. Okay. Then go ahead, bring your right knee back up nice and high. Lean forward just a little bit as you shoot it all the way back in that lunge position. Good. Inhale, hands up overhead. Turn to the right, pivot 90 degrees, and then come on down. Wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Just relax, just hang. You can let your neck just be nice and loose. You can grab out for those feet or big toes or bring your hands behind you, whichever form you want to take here. Just relax. Opening up those thighs and those inner parts of our legs, and all the while letting that head hang loose. Hands underneath you. Good. Okay, walk your hands all the way to the left. Keep them going, keep them going. Facing the front of your mat now. Hands framing your foot. And then downward facing dog. Good. All right. Next side. So this right knee, right? Engage, come up high. And remember, checking your distance here with your hands. Sometimes they come apart and we're not really kind of paying attention. So having those hands relatively close because they're dropping straight down from your shoulders. Knees engaged, come high, up. Okay, you've got it. Keep everything nice and high and engaged. Shifting forward, place that foot on down. Good. Coming on up. Crescent lunge once more. Lots of practice here through that engaging and pulling forward. And that's really kind of the magic of bringing that foot forward, is having enough height there. So it's just going to take time practicing, engaging, bringing that leg up. Okay, bring your left elbow in towards your sternum. Right stacks on top of left. So you're just eagle wrapping your arms. And as long as that left elbow is on bottom, you're good. And if you can't quite grab for opposite hands, then bring your hands to your shoulders. Okay, back foot. Remember, we're going to bring this leg nice and high up in front of us. We cross it over into your eagle. Perching here if you want, or if you can bring that foot around behind your calf, go ahead. Slow, nothing quick. Release. And bring that left knee high and back into that lunge position. I know it's a hard transition, and if you have to kind of play around a little bit, it's okay. All right, and then in one fancy move, inhale, arms up, turn to the left. Exhale, hinge, come on down for that wide-legged forward fold. Hands can grab out for those feet if you want, or those toes. Just breathe, relax. Keep with your breath. Very gently bring that belly into your spine to help release those muscles in your low back. Engaging your quadriceps here. This helps to release those hamstrings a little bit. Loose neck. And hands underneath your face. Good. Okay, walk your hands to the right. So we're just coming back into the base of that lunge position. Good. Hands framing that foot and downward facing dog. Perfect. From your down dog, coming down to your knees and untuck your toes. Sitting back on your heels for brief thunderbolt. So just staying here. Take a couple breaths. If you need a sip of water, getting a sip of water. Remember, this is your practice, so whatever you want to do. And maybe just close your eyes for a few breaths. When you are ready, go ahead and bring your hands on up overhead. Brief half tortoise. Keeping your back nice and flat. Coming on down. Fingertips on the mat, and then inhales help to lengthen your shoulders, lengthen your fingertips, stretching away from you, and exhales will relax your shoulders. Engage your core. Slow, slow, slow. Come on up. Release. Very good. All right. We are going to practice this transition using that strap, kind of like we did on the other class, the short explanation class. But first, we need to do 2 more postures to kind of balance things out, get more of our whole body in there. So getting our spine really involved here. Let's do camel ustrasana. Go ahead and come up onto those knees. And then feet are separated, knees are separated by 2 fists. So feel free to measure here with 2 fists in between. You can untuck your toes or leave them tucked, whatever feels best for you. Hands behind you, make fists, bring them in that low back, and roll your shoulders back. Eye gaze comes up, breathe. Inhale, opens your heart. Exhale, relaxes your shoulders. Good. Just stay here for a minute before coming back. Just get comfortable with your breath. Breath is always the first thing to go in our camel pose, so just staying with it. And then your mantra as you come back. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, just by a little bit, hinge back. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, hinge back. And if you want, your hands can drop all the way down to grab for those heels. Just make sure your hips stay stacked on top of your knees. And slowly come on back. Place those fingertips on the mat. You can bring your knees together, sitting back on your heels. Good. All right, we got a little bit of a back bend, so let's counteract that with some sasangasana, rabbit pose. Chin into chest. Bring your forehead all the way to the top of your knees. Hands grab around behind you for those heels. Rounding, coming on down. And then if you can't quite bring your forehead to your knees, it's okay. Really just focusing on that rounding in your back. Lifting your hips up if you like. And setting things back on down. Moving it out, shaking it out. All right, now it is time to do our lunges, but using the strap. So if you have your strap next to you, I know I talked about using an extension cord in the class before, and then my double came in and helped me out by having the strap. Again, if you haven't seen the video, go back and watch it. But using the strap, this is a training tool. It's not really to help you make that full transition. It's to really focus on the engagement part of this. So bringing the strap around you, feeding it through like you normally would, and then giving yourself a little slack, and a little room to be able to play. Once you've wrapped your strap around you, giving yourself a little bit of slack here. So strap about the middle of your shin, and then about the middle of your back, and then coming into the base of that lunge position in your down dog. So again, it's a training tool, right? You want to really focus on not having this leg loose and putting strain on your back. That's the opposite of what we want to do. It's just kind of like a little guide. So when you come high on your toes and then you bring this knee in, you're creating just a little bit of slack here in your strap. So that's kind of the whole training part of it, right? And if you need to tighten your strap, loosen your strap to try to find the optimal range for you, go ahead. But just thinking about the training part of it, right? Engage and bring that leg in. So you don't want to just lazily relax. High on those toes, engage, 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 and then keep that engagement as you shift through. That's the biggest part, is we forget to keep your engagement as you come through. So you come high on those toes, you engage, and then you bring it forward, and then eventually you would set it down. But we're just training, we're just practicing, right? So swapping out if you would like, the next side, and trying the other side. Come high on those toes. Engage, engage, engage. Your goal is to create some slack in the loop of the strap that you've made. Bring it forward. So remember, it's a two-step process. You first come high, engage, don't shift forward. Focus on engaging. Once you're there, keep your engagement, and then shift through, and then try to drop that foot. Awesome job. Okay, we are going to do one more pose, and then a Shavasana, and then we will be signing off. So go ahead, roll onto your back, and relax for our first Shavasana. Feet fall out, arms fall out. Just relax. Nice and calm. Take a few breaths. You've done so good practicing those lunges. Go ahead and bring both feet on up. Happy baby. Hands grab for the outside edges of your feet, and just relaxing. You can rock back and forth if you want, whatever feels best for you. Releasing from your happy baby and finding yourself in that final Shavasana. A few short breaths, just relax. Choosing to remain in your Shavasana, or if you like, slowly pushing yourself up so that we can meet in that seated position and bow together. Thanking each and every one of you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already. Leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Thank each and every one of you for being here. From my heart to all yours, namaste.